Across America, a massive immigration operation is playing out daily. Before the U.S. sends thousands out of the country, it flies them across it. We found the planes, the routes, and the people. A multi-state investigation of what happens the miles between arrest and removal. Chris Vanderveen from our sister station in Denver has more.
People don't realize what's happening in our community.
One day, one plane.
It's not like anything I've ever seen before.
ICE Air Operations is once again
It's astounding.
on the move.
Just the number of people that are moved daily.
From Youngstown, Ohio, we watched as a plane known as Tyson 57 headed east to Bedford, Massachusetts.
What we're seeing here is a piece of a nationwide, giant-scale secret operation whisking people around the country and then out of the country.
This is what we wanted to document, a secret network of planes that don't fly people out of the country, but across it.
Everyone should care kind of about these flights in particular.
Savi Arvi with Human Rights First, a national immigrant advocacy group, worries flights intended to assist with deportation also appeared to be doing something else.
People are being treated like Amazon packages, kind of just shuffled about and then, flown out of this country.
From Massachusetts, Tyson 57 headed west to Indianapolis, Indiana. Here, a dozen or so boarded. From Indy, our camera crews recorded one more stop.
People deserve to know what happens to them, not to disappear into the black hole.
Alexandria, Louisiana, the nation's busiest ICE Air hub.
You'll see them line up, they just keep coming.
In 2023, the then acting ICE director in front of Congress estimated these charter flights run $17,000 an hour. This day's journey, 7 hours. By that estimation, $119,000 from start to finish. And Tyson 57 was hardly alone that day. We identified, tracked, traced 65 flights in all, most of which never left the U.S.
Naturally, you need to know where your person is.
Seattle-based attorney Jenny Pasquarella says what we found, she sees often.
I had a client detained in Maryland who ended up in Louisiana, then in Texas, then finally to Tacoma, where I met her.
Our investigation identified 91 planes operated by 8 private companies carrying out what we believe to be the bulk of ICE Air's domestic flight network. ICE told us it moves based on bed space, medical needs, and other factors, and will not comment on specifics, citing operational security purposes. Tomorrow, the planes will fly again, a little understood, seldom documented, domestic-only transfer system that's taking place over American skies daily. We worked with 16 TEGNA stations across the country to identify the planes, the routes, and the people who are boarding these planes. This is not an investigation about deportation, obviously a controversial subject. This, rather, is an investigation about what's happening across the country over American skies on a day-to-day basis before deportation. This is Chris Vanderveen reporting in Denver.
And Chris, thank you so much for joining us here on the News at 4. Before we let you go here, what questions remain unanswered about transparency and oversight of these flights?
Well, as you know, in Idaho, where there's flights that fly from Twin Falls to Seattle to Arizona, there's lots of questions about who's boarding them, and then most notably, sometimes people that are coming back. There's lots of questions about cost. There's lots of questions about legality over is this okay? A lot of federal judges are saying no. And then the question is, why is this happening so much? We know very definitively that this is a very expensive and oftentimes very inefficient system.
Yeah, and as a reporter, how do you respond to people who criticize this investigation, saying, well, this is what I voted for, and we should let ICE agents do their job without scrutiny? How do you respond?
People are absolutely, totally free to have that opinion. This is not an investigation that is meant to change anyone's minds about immigration. There's loads of people in this country that voted for immigration. But I wonder if they voted for this. What's happening between places like Twin Falls and Phoenix, and between places like Twin Falls and Seattle. Here in Denver, we're seeing it as well. Why are people, instead of flying them out of the country, Why is ICE so interested in flying them across it?
Yeah, very interesting there. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for joining us again. This is Chris Vanderveen reporting live from Denver. Thank you. And this full hour-long investigation streams tonight at 8 o'clock. Watch ICE Air inside America's secret deportation network, streaming on the KTVB app.